What's going on? It's David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, the founder of the highest paid part-time job in the world options training program. Also wanted to reach out to you really with a really quick video. And so I was on a call today with one of my students for the highest paid part-time job in the world. And they asked me a question. I thought that the answer to this question can add a lot of value to you as a person that may be involved in the options market. What we're going to talk about today is not what you want to consider investment advice. However, it could also be beneficial to your situation. And so the question they asked me is that, when we're looking at the options market, what's going on, Joseph? Do we want to buy puts or do we want to buy calls? And what did I recommend for them to do when they first start in a particular market? And what I explained to them is that what they need to really do is start to develop their power of analysis, right? The most powerful thing that you can develop as a person involved in the financial markets is your ability to look at a situation, analyze that, and then figure out what are you going to do as a result or what are you going to do as a consequence of your analysis. And that's really the most powerful thing you can do, because as we start to move forward into the future, a lot of the technical aspects of trading are going to be done through robotics. We're starting to see right now where because of algorithms in trading, once certain things happen in the market, the algorithms all of a sudden send a trigger to buy or to sell. You have to understand as an individual trader, you don't have the power of some of that sophisticated automation and some of that sophisticated technology, but it doesn't mean that you're at a disadvantage. It means that you have to work on your ability to understand the situation at a much deeper level, because a computer can't understand or interpret information as well as you. And we're talking about an algorithm. We're really talking about a program created by another human that tells this particular computer or robot, when you see this particular piece of information, this is the command that you need to execute. So at the end of the day, a human still had to issue that command based on a specific condition. And so what you want to work on, because what you can control is your ability to analyze and understand the situation. So we start talking about the options market. You want to continue to develop yourself and figure out what side of the market you fall on, and you may fall evenly on both sides. Me, for example, I'm better at puts. I'm really gifted at puts, and I found that out sometime around late spring, summer of last year, where I had a run to where pretty much every put contract I bought, I was able to sell that for a profit successfully. And I went on a run to where I didn't have any misses for a very long time. It was because I operated in business for so long, I automatically see a lot of the threats and weaknesses in any business. And I'm not as optimistic about a business as, to me, the average investor, whether they're going to be an institutional investor or they're going to be a retail investor. I'm a lot more cynical about whether or not a business is going to be successful long term, because I understand that most businesses are unsuccessful long term, especially IPOs. A business that does not have a track record of being successful is very likely that they're going to be unsuccessful, right? So once a business goes public, even though they may have a track record of being successful privately, they're now in a different space where they now have to start performing for shareholders, which is differently than performing privately. You got to now perform for the public markets, and it puts a lot of pressure on that particular business. And they also enter into a world of a different type of competition, where the CEO is now judged by a lot of times the share price, and how long can they hold on with their share price under attack before people start to pull out and go in another direction. So you may find out that the put side is where you have a lot better understanding, or you may feel like the call side, where the idea is that the share price is going to continue to appreciate. And so then you write calls based on that appreciation, and you may figure out, well, you know what? This is where I have a better understanding of the situation. And you may find out that that's going to be your area of expertise, or you may find out that you're balanced between the two. But I wouldn't go in looking to be an expert in one specific area. What I really would go in looking, and where most people are weak at, is they're weak at their analysis. Okay, what's going on, King? What's going on, June? What's going on, Kimberly? They're very weak at their analysis. And so that's what is missing in their, I would say, their performance. And so what they're doing is they're looking for what we would call in marketing that magic bullet that they think is going to allow them to arrive at the success that they desire. Now, they can be sold a magic bullet. They can be sold this particular alert. They can be sold this specific way of trading. But the most valuable thing that you're going to bring to trading, and you're going to bring to the markets as we start moving further and further into the future, is your brain, right? Because there's not a computer in the world that is superior to your brain. All right. Even if you don't think you're that smart, the smartest computer is not smarter than you. And you believe that because you believe what these people tell you, but it's not. Because a computer cannot juggle doing multiple things simultaneously. It doesn't have the ability to do it. What it does is it sequences things, and it gives you the illusion that it's doing multiple things simultaneously because it works at a very fast rate, where the human brain can juggle multiple things simultaneously. So like your brain is operating your circulatory and your respiratory and your endocrine system at the same time while you're walking down the street. A computer can't do that. So there's no computer that's going to be superior to your brain. So what you need to continue to do is develop your brain in that particular area. And that's really where the value that you're going to bring to the situation is going to be. Not trying to figure out what is the magic bullet that's going to allow me to have success in the markets without me doing the work on my own brain and my own understanding and my own comprehension. That's going to really allow me to have the level of success that I desire. So I wanted to reach out to you because one thing about me is that anything that we're talking about in my classes, I try to bring it out to the public because maybe you can find value in that, even if you're not a student or you're not a person that I've done business with. However, I want to reach out to you. You know, you're one trade away from living the life that you desire. We're looking at these particular recessionary times. There's a lot of turmoil in the markets. There's a lot of turmoil in the employment space. And you can change your life, right, by just learning how the highest paid part-time job in the world can put you in a position where you're not selling your time to your employer and giving away something that is more valuable for something that is less valuable in the form of money. So if you got any questions about that, hit me up. If you got any comments, hit me up in the comments. If you know somebody else that can get value out of this, share it out. This is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, and I'll talk to you later.